Hello, loves. I'm here to talk about the astrology of the week beginning August 3rd. So we're in the sort of held breath pause between last week's, wasn't an eclipse, it kind of felt like one full moon. And next week, the eclipses start in full. However, we do have two planets changing signs this week, so there's still some movement happening. First up on Thursday, we have Venus going into Libra. And so Venus has been in Virgo, where it's not particularly happening. We talked about this when it went in about a month ago, but Venus in Virgo is sort of uncomfortable and a little prickly. However, Venus in Libra is a lovely energy. Libra is one of the two signs that Venus rules, so it's Venus coming home to its one of its natural environments. And particularly Venus in Libra highlights our relationships, our social connection, the sort of delight and pleasure of being in connection. It also really highlights aesthetics, pardon me, and art and beauty of I'm trying to make a distinction between it in Taurus and it in Libra, because they both do speak to beauty and pleasure, because Venus always speaks to that. But in Libra, it's a more cultivated, more sort of human aspect of it. And then it's fundamentally social, because Libra is an air sign. So it's about the connection, the interaction between people, and where that creates pleasure, joy, beauty, etc. And so with Venus in Libra for the next 4 weeks, I'm pretty sure it's 4 weeks, should have checked that, but approximately 4 weeks, we're really having some energy and support and encouragement brought to our relating, brought to, and particularly the fun, sort of loveliness of what it is to relate, to connect, to be with people, to be in community, but even more so with Libra in one-on-one connection, whether that's romantic or friendship or whatever. Venus really adds support to that. Then on Sunday, Mercury is also changing signs. So Mercury is going into Leo. Mercury has been in Cancer for quite a while, actually, because it retrograded in Cancer. We've been talking about this for the last many weeks, month and change. So Mercury going into Leo is it being fully out of that post-retrograde shadow. So we are fully finished at the end of this week, with that very introspective, emotional, tender, the sort of I certainly experienced this, and I think many people I've talked to have. This Mercury retrograde has sort of dredged up a lot, which can be useful for the processing and clearing, but it's not the most useful energy. And so we're done with that after this week and moving into, with Mercury and Leo, a more social, external, sort of effervescent, expressive energy. Mercury governs the way we think, the way we communicate, the way we our sort of social, verbal, mental, expressive realm. And Leo wants us to take up space, right? Leo is ruled by the sun. Leo wants to shine. Leo is a very creative, from an artistic, fiery perspective. And so Mercury in Leo sort of gives me the archetypal vibes of like a really magnanimous, really sort of larger than life host, that sort of personality that brings people together, and they are the center of attention, but also like makes room and makes for a really delightful social environment. And so both of these signs, or sorry, both of these planets changing signs, both of these transits, I feel like really move us into a more social, more connected, more sort of wanting to be out in the world energy for, well, for the rest of August and intersectionally for this this eclipse season. So it'll be interesting to see how those play together. That's it for this week. Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions, or if this sparked anything for you. I always love hearing what's landing, what's not, etc. in the comments. Okay, see you all next week.